Power Rangers, RPM, SPD, two really great shows. Mystic Force, not considered as much. There's an underwhelming legacy it has compared to Mad Ranger, and some plot holes. I found Lily annoying, although later on I thought she was better, and other stuff wasn't as good. So I had some of my favorite episodes in that season, and then later I took that away. But overall, I didn't think it was as bad as people said or I thought originally. One of the strengths I think it had was its characters. They they made them memorable. They gave them something to do, etc. I cannot say the same about Ninja Storm. Ninja Storm is sort of like a big bad Beetleborgs thing where I don't really care about the plot and is more about the comedy. Donald Flinder, they do MMPR like stuff, like the 2000s. SPD, very good. A whole bunch of characters used. Operation Overdrive, I like that show. I think Mac does a lot, but I feel like characters like Ronnie Robertson doesn't do much. Rose is alright. Um, Adventure Black or Operation Operator Black was a little bit underwhelming, but I appreciate their effort. They try to go with them. Dax, better than I remember, but he's sort of a one-note character. Tyzon has that arc. I don't know. I guess Operation Overdrive would be behind RPM and SPD. Jungle Fury. A lot of bad payoffs there. They had a very memorable pilot, but I don't I don't feel like most of the characters are well utilized. They have the tropes and they're memorable, but they don't really have anything to go with story wise. Like Casey wants to be the best fighter in the world, but there's no big hurdles for that. Lily, they move all over the place. She's like the kind one on the team, then she's the leader, and then it's very weird. She should be the leader, but they don't make it out of that. They don't use Elias her character that well. Theo is like the Lancer, very good. RJ, what did they do with RJ? I'm not really a big fan of his character. Well, some people are big fans of his character. I felt like he should have been like a drunken monk or something. Like I think that's what they're trying to do with the stoner thing, which is definitely a lot more inappropriate than drunken master. It's more taboo, at least. They have that arc about his father. I don't know if there's a real payoff for that in the finale. Like there would be on like VR Troopers or something. That's a big cast though, which I appreciate, but I didn't feel like the characters were utilized to their potential. Not that Mystic Force did, but I felt like there was more going there. Maybe Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Remaster, I consider the characters utilized to their potential because it's just a rehash with some Photoshop of the Mighty Morphin characters, which are well written. No one's going to give me credit for that, so I'm not going to bother mentioning it. I don't even really care. Samurai. Their characters are really screwed up. They're these Asian characters who don't look Asian, have no Asian parents, yet have Asian last names. Yet are in Japan or something. Or not. Nobody knows. uh, let's not go there. Let's just skip the season now. 2 seasons. Get it. Mega Force. He has a dream that there's gonna be a. He could have been like the potential of like a Jason or a Tommy or like a really memorable leader of the team. And I think if Tyler Navarro's character, actor Brendan Mejia was cast as, I keep thinking his name was Cody, but it's not Cody, was it? The Megaforce Red Ranger, it really would have worked. But unfortunately, it doesn't work. Like, they tried to do too much Mighty Morphin at the same time, and it didn't have the same original Zorn era stuff going on. And a lot of the directing is terrible. Like, all the news about directing is terrible. Jake, ship with the other lady. I can't remember because I can't tell the difference between two girls. And, they're together in the end. They're not together in the end. Do I really care? They show up in another season. I don't care. The Blue Ranger. What is it? What the heck does he do? He's smart, and with Billy they do a whole bunch of stuff. He does science projects. There's so much effort with Billy. He underwhelms. He overcomes his physical weaknesses. Blue Ranger, they ship him, and then they don't ship him, and then they give him smart stuff, and then they give him stupid stuff, and then it's a mess. The two females, I can't tell the difference between those two. And it's not because they're too much alike. It's because they have nothing written for them. Robo Knight, he's a robot and he does stuff. Good character, but like there's no arc again. Gosei, he's on the wall. At least Jordan, they wrecked the freaking command center, so he's disappearing for a couple of episodes. Gosei, nothing happens. Tenso, they're mistaken for a fucking suitcase. Fuck you, Saban. Oh Lord. Dino Charge. The whole payoff with Tyler and his dad don't pay off. It's supposed to be the whole thing of the series, and it's so little of the series. Should be able to school, where she go after the end of the series? We don't know, so it's like they put a character thing there, but it doesn't go anywhere. I liked the burger place, but nothing goes on with that. Chase. He has this arc in the second season where he has a girl. In the first season, he has nothing to do. They do a Maori thing, and I don't think anyone in America knows what that is. And then at the end, is he with the girl in the end? Do they have a relationship? Does it go on? Do they break up? I don't know. Same with Shelby and whatever. The guest star, Violet Ranger. So many untied loose ends in the end. What was between Shelby and Kendall? Maybe that was the problem with the ending. I like how it was like a apocalypse ending, but it sort of didn't cover a lot of stuff character-wise, unfortunately. I don't mind that it's... Because it's obviously a different universe than RPM or the other universe. But it seems like a lot of stuff they can resolve. Coda, absolutely terrible character. He's a caveman. What the fuck are you gonna do with that? Like they don't write it so that he has to like learn writing, or they just that's terrible. The green one's the sword guy, which is cool, but they have a couple episodes where they show his smarts. Does it give him motivation? What is his motivation for being smart? Does his smartness give him motivation to do other stuff? Does he want to build up upon that? What is his arcs? What is his traits? What is his story behind his intelligence? Nothing's over that. Mystic Force has stuff, but it's not It's not executed perfectly, but at least they do stuff with it. So many characters. The Violet Ranger talked about. The Doomwing thing was really excellent. I forgot who the good guy one was, but that was short. That was to the point. That was probably better than actual Tyler Navarro stuff. Actually, prepare for that. Ninja Steel, very disappointing Lynn season. Plot holes, which I got into the reason why I stopped watching the series 2 episodes ago. But the character wise, it's underwhelming too. What are they doing with Brody? Like he has a family thing, and then they add extraneous characters. Just do the thing with the dad. Stick with one character. That's his arc. Science girl. How's she doing in school? I guess she does too many extracurriculars. Fine, but like, does she? What she want her career to be? Does she also want to do Power Ranger stuff? Is that getting in the way? That kind of stuff. Yellow. Was it white or pink? I think it was white. Yellow white shipping. That's all they do with him. The arc where he's like afraid of the stupid bike is really dumb. Um, yeah, again, they don't really do much. So little episodes, they don't do much with the characters. It's very disappointing. Magic guy. They turn him into a magician just because of this Japanese footage. Uh, what does he want to do with a magic career? Stuff like that. Uh, that's Samurai. You could say stuff like, with Jaden, he wanted to try. Well, Mia, she wants to be a good girlfriend and cook. As annoying as it was, that was an arc there. Sad to say. Like, the stuff that annoys me in Sentai, the stuff that annoys me in US Power Rangers. But at least there's arcs. That's technique. That's structure. Jaden wants to save the world. He's the Shogun Lord or whatever you want to call it. Or Shogun. The Brumbo Shogun. He has to stop Decker. He has to stop all the Nilox from taking over the world. He has that burden. Mike, he Samurai actually has a lot of interesting arcs, even though it's just copied from Shinkenger. Mike has to deal with the struggle of staying as a Power Ranger Samurai or having a normal life. They don't really utilize that the rest of the season because it's probably on the show, but at least they do something with that. Could have been utilized better. But I don't know, I'm just overwhelmed they have anything there. Such a poorly written season. Especially just as Power Rangers doesn't have that much history post Wild Force. Ninja Storm. They all like the sports stuff, but where's their careers later on? We don't see Tori doing anything 5 years later, where she should definitely be out of high school. Where's her career after college? Again, the Silent Night might have teleported her for a different time. Antonio. He likes making fish food. Where's his career after that? He likes to be. I don't know, I guess he likes being Jaden's friend, but I thought that was underwhelming. The fish food thing is very. I'll talk about that. Kevin. Let's not talk about him. Uh, I watched the finale, so maybe he does become like the Shogun in the end, but I don't know. Anyway, back to Power Rangers Mystic Force. They do a lot of stuff right. Nick, he's trying to find out his parents. He finds out who they are. Sees the day with them. He goes with them in the end. Very good. There's a whole mystery about it. He's the center of the show. That works perfectly. That's pretty much what I like on my second viewing. Madison is a shy person, attracted to Nick. They have a little bit of thing in the end, even though it wasn't a great payoff, but at least they did something there. Vita, DJ in the end. Tough. She puts a pink thing in her hair for some reason, don't get it. Lily. I'm not sure this. I'm trying to remember because I remember it being poorly written, but she does eventually want this thing where she wants to be accepted by society or something like that, and then it works out that way. Chip, superhero. He wants a superhero. He's a superhero fan. He becomes a superhero, and they don't pay that off. What happens at the beginning of the show, but there's a lot of smart stuff. He's very intelligent. If you could write his comic book or something, maybe make a Big Bad Beetleborgs 2. Some stuff that goes on there. It wasn't as poorly written or executed or imaginative or low budget like Big Bad Beetleborgs, the original. Because they do a lot of stuff with him. I mean, he tries to become a hero, which is pretty good. He tries to stop time, even. He has some great arcs. Tells Nick to get past Soul Spectre. Oh, Xander. Xander, he does the supervisor thing. I didn't even notice that. It took me like 10 years to realize that he actually did that. And that was his gimmick. And I'm not understanding it. It's not a big payoff. And they don't pay it off. Like, does he own a chain of Rockporiums now or something? Like, there's no real payoff for that. Because it's such a boring thing. How they execute in the show. Daggeron found his mentor, saved the world. Don't know what he's up to now. That's underwhelming. Unfortunate. Yeah, could they have done that well, the Daggeron character? Udana leads the Power Rangers. Don't like him at first. Like them. Reject the call. Trying to figure out what else. Loses her powers, struggles with that. She could have had a conflict with the Rangers, but no, they had to play it safe, not scare the children about having an adult argue with children. Genji. I think there's voice acting, but I'm trying to figure out if he had any arcs. I don't think so. That's unfortunate. That's one blemish on the show. So it is a little bit closer to our original drive. Ice Prince. His world. Lame story about Nick being the savior of the world. Claire. Underwhelmed. Sort of a good arc, or changing of expectations. She starts off as this bumbling, vicious person. She's later the gatekeeper. Really cool. She has more powers than Udana after a while. This is a very good irony. Toby. I'm trying to figure out what happened with Toby. Does he have any arcs? Gets married in the end, I guess. I don't know. Necroli. They turn into a good guy for some other reason in the end. Because she has a daughter. Yeah, they don't put it on the screen that much, so it's not a little bit underwhelming what they do with her. She'll just love her daughter, I guess. I don't know. But the show isn't as good as I thought it was. But it shrinks definitely hell out. Like, remember the first 5. Very memorable. Was that huge cast? Korag, obviously. So yeah, also have this whole mythos of all these characters from like Briarwood and Pryor. Maybe they refine them later in another season. You never know. I wonder if they could redesign the helmets. That could be very interesting too if they think about that. Imperious, he tricks the Rangers and then gets defeated 1-on-1 by Daggeron in the end. I guess that was Daggeron's arc. Finding out who betrayed them in the end, in the middle, and then defeat him. Mordecai. His whole arc is trying to get into the world. He doesn't have an arc, but he's very enjoyable to watch, and I don't think there's much plot holes with him. I'm trying to remember who else am I forgetting. Phineas. This is accepted by everybody. On the whole Lily thing, she finds a Troblin who is like Nikolai's daughter, a mix, and then they find some purpose in life or someone to relate to, which is pretty cool. It's a good payoff for that. The 10 Terrors. They're there so shortly. Matumbo had a good arc. A little bit forced, a little bit too poorly written, but at least it would pay off for him wanting to save the world in the end. That should be pretty much everyone. Alright, I'm going to finish off with doing some codes, spell codes. Probably don't remember any of them, unfortunately. But at least there'll be something for you guys to watch. I just don't remember any of the codes actually. It's stuck. These are from Magic probably, but I don't know if it's a big deal. I don't even remember the codes just from memory of how they worked with the show. I did that one again since I was talking. This is basically one from 111 to 116.4. Hope you enjoyed my presentation for both the Wozart phone and my thoughts on the characters and the strengths of Power Rangers Mystic Force have held up through what feels like 15 years, 20 years, whatever it's been. Hope you've enjoyed.